resources, without being adequately equipped for the job, right? And so then a lot of our young men are now shying from the responsibility of being dad, being a father, not knowing that's the greatest thing you could ever do is be a father, right? Or if you don't have the opportunity to be a father biologically, right, and have children, it's a great gift to be a husband. It's a great gift, right, to be a mentor, right, to be a godfather, to be a part of the next generation lives. And so a lot of our men, Black men, are missing the blessing. They're missing the blessing because they don't recognize that until you come back to raise the kids that you bring into this world, there's always going to be that looming doubt, that looming thing in the back of your mind that's going to be a plague in your life, because until you can raise the kids that you bring into the world, it's going to be hard to be successful. It's going to be hard to feel complete, to feel whole in a lot of ways. And so there it is. There's that toxic masculinity. Number two, men like to suffer. Men do suffer in silence, right? There's the sadness, there's that depression that comes with the fact that you're not with your kids, right? You're not with your family, or if you're not doing enough, right? You're not making enough money, you're not successful enough in the corporate world or in your specific career choice. So there comes a sadness with being daddy issues, right? One is the toxic masculinity, two is the suffering and silence, right? Men, we internalize so much. So it's not that we don't go through mental health issues or challenges, we just don't like to talk about them. And so we hold those things in, we keep those things to ourselves, and that those issues, those mental health, emotional health issues manifest themselves in different ways. And so what you see is a high risk behavior component to a lot of our young men, a lot of Black men, right? So where they are now thrusted in situations, whether it's gangs or lack of education or just a lot of toxic relationships, right? Because it's almost like people not knowing, have the information, or jumping into situations, relationships, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to do that the right way. And so it becomes unhealthy. There are a lot of signs that I want you guys to be aware of that maybe you're not familiar with, that can tell you that maybe a young man or an old man, just a Black man in general, that you're close to, they're going through something, right? Mental health wise. Signs: anger, right? Aggression. And for us Black men, we know that those signs, those are things that are almost norms, to almost seem as okay to be the angry Black man, to be the angry Black kid. Of the music that we listen to, the culture almost promotes that that's okay. That's why there's a lot of violence in our communities, because we think, or we have been taught, it's okay to be aggressive or angry with one another. Again, I think that's a cultural ploy to keep us Black men from recognizing our power. It holds back, it puts limitations on the growth of our families, because there's a lot of infighting between men, right? Men don't smile at each other, men don't acknowledge one another, and that becomes a problem. And so if there's this constant infighting and competition, then we don't support, we don't encourage one another. We're constantly angry, aggressive, upset, anxious, frustrated, whether it be about authority figures or women in relationships or our parents. So there's this constant ongoing sign of issues. Other signs: sleep problems because of worry, right? Because we're trying to be problem solvers, because what we believe men are supposed to be. Part of that stigma is that your dad should have all the answers. Your husband should have all the answers. Newsflash, women, you know this already. Most of the time we don't. But we feel the pressure or the expectation that we should have all the answers since we've been married for 10 years. Whether now we have 3 kids and a mortgage, no, sometimes we're going to get in a situation where I don't know the way, I don't know the answer. But that can be a pressure added to us that makes it easier for us to stay quiet, isolate ourselves from our wives, from our family, from our children. Well, now we're back to this cycle of being counterintuitive, and we're working against our families instead of with our families. And so we got to break that cycle. Outside of sleep issues, anger, aggression, isolation, another sign of mental health issues could possibly be addiction. A lot of times because men suffer in silence, then we will address or cope with our mental health issues, our internal emotional concerns with other things. You see men struggling with addiction, whether it be with pornography or with infidelity, or whether it be alcohol abuse, or whether it be drug abuse. All of these things are signs, all of these high risk behaviors are signs of deeper issues, emotional, internal issues, mental health issues that we need to address. And so we got to work on men being more outspoken, talking, expressing themselves. We have to work with our young boys about teaching them, hey, be tough. It's okay. Get up. You're not going to cry. Don't cry here. You're going to cry in the back room. We need to get away from that, right? We got to encourage our young men to, yes, be strong. And yes, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be disappointed. It's not appropriate or okay to act out in anger. You can be angry. That's your feeling. That's internal. But you can't be angry at other people. You have to hold yourself accountable. And so we got to reverse engineer that mindset, that ideology, right? So toxic masculinity, suffering in silence, we got to reduce these stigmas, some of which is kind of the dialogue that we talked about. We got to ask for help. Men, oh my gosh, Black men, we don't like to ask for help. We don't say we don't know, or we're not feeling good, or man, there's nothing worse than being in a car with a man driving who doesn't know the way he's supposed to go. He will not stop and ask for help. He will not ask for help from the person who's driving next to him. I've been guilty of it. We got to do better. So part of our problem, also the solutions lie within it, which means we got to start talking, expressing ourselves, asking for more help, being okay with not being okay. It's okay to not feel good today, right? Because we're supposed to be, hey, strong, get up, wake up, go to work, pay bills, take care of your kids, right? And then, hey, how you feel doesn't matter. What you're going through is not important. That's not true. And we have to work on those things, break those cycles of poor ideology, right? Those are poor narratives that don't describe masculinity. You don't have to power through things that'll make you more of a man. So I have a call to action, right? So for all the ladies on here, for all the guys on the channel, I'm just encouraging you, right? If you have daddy issues, it's okay. I have daddy issues. Why? Because I'm a father, I'm a dad. So it just comes with a lot of pressure, a lot of challenges. That's part of the job description. And that's okay, right? And so my call to action, my challenge is that, man, we got to identify, support, and help our young Black men, help our young fathers out, help them be fathers, not be so critical, be more supportive, teach them it's okay. My one solution is that, hey, the first step to being a good father, be present, be physically and emotionally present for the people that you've been entrusted, the people that are in your care, whether it's your children, whether it's your girlfriend or your wife, whether it's your family, your parents, your sisters, your brothers, your siblings, people that you're close to. We got to do a better job of being available emotionally. It's not okay to be the grumpy dad sitting in a chair in the back room or in the garage who doesn't come out and talk to anybody. We got to do better than that. Be emotionally present. It's not just physically present, not just money or paying bills, but hey, be a part of the family, be a part of our growth. That's my challenge. So that's my call to action. If you know a young man, you know, old man, Black men, we got to do better. Let's support our men, not criticize or tear them down. And I know that if we could be more supportive, starting when they're little, in their middle school, high school, and younger as they go out into the world, we can be some more supportive of men as a community and not value money and material things. It takes the pressure off of young men to worry about those things. We could encourage our men, young men, to focus on education and gaining a skill that they can sell in a capitalist society. We could help encourage them to educate themselves, find out themselves and who they want to be, not find out themselves and who they are through women and dating and sleeping around or drinking or sports or trying to make them the next basketball or football star. But we can help them identify themselves as just being great and being kings, and that will ease this process this transition from young men, young boys to young adults to fathers. So that's all I got for today. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this conversation. If you've been having this conversation with your family or at the family reunion or the cookouts or where you're hanging out, let me know. So that's all I got for today. Thank you for joining us on the Black Mental Health channel. Please, again, join, like, subscribe, get the notifications, join our Black Mental Health group on Facebook, and be a part of the dialogue, be a part of the conversation. It's going to help you. It's going to help somebody around you. All right. That's all I got for today. Thank you, guys. Peace.